Hey, subscribe to this channel for more great fish catching tips and techniques. Enjoy.
Oh, I was finally got one of these, put one of these new reels I got on from it.
Right there.
I'll be damned. Oh, yeah. Nice smallmouth.
Oh man, 55-degree water, calm overcast conditions. Hadn't been out here literally for 3 minutes. Got a smallmouth wake bait. Anytime it's really calm, it's really overcast, those fish can just see so well, especially in our mountain lakes here. We got a lot of blueback herring in these lakes. You can throw wake bait out there and it's just doing its thing, dance on top super slow. It gets bit. It has to be calm though. If it's choppy, any kind of chop on the water, you ain't gonna do much. But there you go. First fish of the morning, 3 minutes in. Yeah, freaking giant. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dang stud. Austin Erie with Dreamcatcher Guides, just wrapping up a trip today on the beautiful Lake Burton. And anyways, I wanted to come to you guys and do a video about wake baits because I think a wake bait is such a very, very great technique in the springtime, summertime, fall time, and I even think it's a tool in the wintertime. When I say wake bait, I'm talking about like a cotton Cordell Red Fin, Bomber Long A, talking about a Rapala BX Balsa Wake, a PH Customs wake bait. I even like the Jackall Mikey Jr and the Jackall Mikey. And what's awesome about a wake bait is I think fish naturally want to feed up, right? Fish want to feed up. Big predatory bass like feeding up. So what's going on is they're seeing that wake bait and it's just working really, really slow. Even though the water's cold and their metabolisms may be a little lethargic, they still are gonna eat shad. I think there's a key though with wake baits that is worth talking about. A lot of wake baits will just roll in the water like this. And even some rats. I don't really consider a rat a wake bait. I consider that more of a topwater swim bait. But you get a lot of them that roll. A big key to me when picking out a wake bait is finding a wake bait that cuts. I want a bait that cuts. These two are absolutely my favorite. This is a Rapala BX Balsa series. This has some roll to it, but it also has some hard cutting and a really digging action. Another one of my favorites is the Bomber Long A. And once again, this one has a little bit steeper bill and this one really wants to dig and go from side to side. When it's cold, I've seen fish, you see fish, they'll still break the top. They still come up, they hit top water baits, they'll hit shad, but they will hit top water baits obviously because a wake bait is that, or how I fish some of these. A lot of people reel a long A, but I like to work this thing really, really slow on top of the water. I'm a big fan of changing out the hooks on them. I change them all to Gamakatsus. Of course I say that, and this one has the original hooks on it. These are like saltwater galvanized. They're pretty bad to the bone, but I always switch the hooks out with my wake baits. But the big key, like I said, a lot of wake baits just kind of roll in the water. You want ones that really cut. That's why I really like a Bomber Long A. I really like a Jackall Mikey, this Rapala BX series. Really, really good. That's the big key. When I'm selecting color, pretty simple. I go something that's has light absorption, that absorbs the light when it's cloudy, so like a pearl or a white or a bone. And then when it's sunny, I like something that's chrome, that's gonna reflect the light. Our lakes are so clear. The fish will feed using their eyes. You want something that either absorbs the light when it's cloudy, like a bone or pearl, and something that reflects the light when it's sunny, like a chrome. Wake baits are big bass catchers. That was a 5.5 pound largemouth and a 3 1/4 pound smallmouth. But those were just, I mean, before the waves, before people were out on the lake, really calm, around some bait fish. We were marking them on Panoptics. We were throwing those wake baits out in that calm water and just getting them to just go real slow. The retrieve speed with these is pretty much how I tell people, like, the speed to retrieve a wake bait is as fast as it'll go without diving. When I'm retrieving these things, I want to retrieve them as fast as they will go without diving. So if you're retrieving it too fast, it'll dive and there's absolutely no wake. You're throwing a 6-inch crankbait essentially. But I like to reel these as fast as I can go without them diving. And even sometimes when I notice, like, maybe I'm sitting out there and you know, I test my retrieve. You got to test your retrieve with everything: a spinner bait, a crankbait, a jerk bait. You got to test your retrieve. Sometimes they like it deathly slow, and sometimes that's how you got to get them to bite. But for my main point, if you reel them too fast, and it's not even when you're reeling them as fast as you can without them diving, it's still relatively slow. I like to be efficient and cover water, so for me, it's nothing to kind of get after it. But like I said, if you reel them too fast, you'll know. But even when you're reeling it as fast as you go without it diving, it's still a relatively slow speed. And sometimes I pause them. Sometimes the fish are acting finicky. You can even get it where it's cutting a little bit on a walk. I like to do that. I'll retrieve it where it's waking hard, and then I just hang out. But I love to throw these in the winter time when it's calm, 45. I've caught some really big bags of smallmouth, big bags of spots in 45-degree water. When it hits 50, I've caught some really big largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass. So try a wake bait next time you're out here on a herring lake, next time you're out fishing around some shad, around some bait fish under calm conditions, even around some schooling fish. You're like, man, what the heck are they eating? They're being finicky with a walking bait. I promise you, a wake bait will absolutely get it done. The Bomber Long A, the BX series by Rapala, the Red Fin, the Jackall Mikey, and I think Berkeley makes one too. I don't really know what it is, but it's just a knockoff of the Red Fins. Berkeley's good at knocking everybody off. They knock off the Whopper Plopper with the El Chapo, and then they got the Cane Walker knocks off the I'm a Little Stick. They like to knock people off. But anyways, they're all great wake baits. Try throwing them. Calm, overcast, calm, sunny conditions. Bone or pearl when it's cloudy. Chrome when it's sunny. Reel them slow. Enjoy some epic topwater bites. See you guys.